The next day the principal tells Inglis and Rathana that they are invited to a party at Raphael's request. It is to celebrate the appointment of a new Highlander emissary. Alongside them Liselota will be joining because her father, who is the Chancellor, will be present there, and on Liselota's request Leon is also invited. In the town in front of the store everyone is alerted about multiple magicite beasts going on a rampage. By the time they reach Iris has already defeated all of them. These magicite beasts were demi-human who came into contact with prison Flo. Ripple is also a demi-human, but because she is a high-roll menace for now she is fine. A week later at night everyone is ready. Seeing how gorgeous English is looking, everyone compliments her, even she is impressed with the way she looks. Inglis and Rafina haven't eaten anything since morning in the hope they could eat all the delicious food at the party. When they reach there Raphael greets them. He is mesmerized to see how stunning English is looking. He compliments her. Seeing both of his sisters starving they immediately go inside. As they were starting to eat, multiple magicite beasts are spawned. Everyone is in shock as English was about to get hit by one of the beasts. Raphael quickly comes in front of her and with his insane speed defeats the beasts. English is impressed to see how powerful and fast he has become. Excited English went up to him and requests him to have a duel later sometime. With no holding back, Raphael didn't want to hurt English, but agrees to have a practice fight. English is not very pleased to know that he will not be fighting with his full strength. The principal comes and tells Raphael to help Prince Wayne and the Highlander emissary while the girls are handling the magicite beasts. Everyone gets their artifacts and fights the beasts. English does not want to mess up her dress, so she uses long-range attacks. Everyone is surprised to see easy she is making it look after checking on her father. Liselota comes and tells them about Ripple acting weird. When they reach there they are shocked to see Ripple surrounded by a mysterious magic field. Iris explains that Ripple suddenly went unconscious and got covered in a magic field, and soon after the magicite beasts were spawned. Prince One asks Theodore the Highlander emissary whether he knows something about this. He tells that it is a possibility the hierarchy is involved. We got to know that Ireland is divided into two factions. One is the Grand Duchy, which trades artifacts, flying gear, and other technology with Lowerland, and the second one is the hierarchy. They are against the idea to share their technology with us. Both of the factions send Hyrule menace to every country to maintain the balance of power, and because Ripple is created by the hierarchy, Theodore believes they do not want her anymore and destroying her from within. After knowing English and Rafana's names, Theodore thanks them for saving her little sister. Both of them are surprised to know Cyrene as his sister. Theodore promises to bring her sister back to her original state, but when he tries to take Cyrene, she bites his finger. Cyrene is angry seeing his brother and went back inside English's melons. The principal notifies them about Ripple being awake. Ripple apologizes for what happened. She requests Wynne to destroy her in case these things keep happening. When refuses because Ripple is very important for this country's defense. English suggests Prince Wayne let Ripple stay in the Knights Academy until a cure is found. Raphael disagrees because the academy is in the center of the city, and if the magicite beats escape it will be very dangerous. Theodore agrees with English because they're under the principal's protection. Ripple will be safe and in the academy's laboratory they can find her cure. Fritzwing likes the idea and agrees. The next day in the morning everyone is training. Everyone is already exhausted. However, English is being herself inside the academy. The principal introduces everyone to Theodore and Ripple as their guests. We are introduced to Silva, a third-year student who is the only one to possess a special class rune in the academy. Knowing this, English is excited and wants to fight him. The principal tells everyone that the students present here are specially chosen from each grade, and every team from each grade will take their turns in protecting Ripple for a day. The principal presents everyone with special artifacts which create a barrier around the magicite beast. It is to make sure the damage is at the minimum. When English tries to take one of them, Silva rudely tells her that it is pointless because a runeless squire like her cannot use it. Rafina gets angry, but English calms her down. Silva further adds that they don't need a squire who is just going to be a burden and also a sister of a Traitor, after listening to what Silva said, English suggests he have a battle with her so that they have a chance to prove their capabilities. Silva just laughs and tells that there is no need on the other side. After listening to what Silva said about not needing Esquire, Yua, a second-year student, tries to leave, because she is also Esquire. The principal tells you it is stay because they need her strength. We got to know that Yua and Silva had a mock battle in which Yua won, and after it they both started disliking each other. Ripple, who is suddenly feeling sick, goes unconscious. She is surrounded by the same magic field, and just before the magicite beasts appear, the principal put up a barrier as the magicite beasts start to spawn before the third years do anything. English is taking down them easily. The third year couldn't believe how strong and beautiful a roomless squire is. Silva takes out his artifact and shoots the magicite beast. English is excited to see a gun artifact. Rafana tells you to not feel bad about what Silva said and help them in defeating the beasts. As English jumps to defeat one, she is surprised to see you being faster than her, even though English is using a gravity field on herself. Still, Yua is the first one to beat her. English is excited and asks you to have a battle after it. Yua doesn't like comparing her strength with another, so she refuses. With the help of Yua and English, in very less time all the magicite beasts are defeated. Later, Ripple asks English to fight her after the principal and Theodore told her to see who would win between them. English couldn't ask for more. She is very happy. Theodore gives Leon a greater artifact after seeing how much damage the building had received earlier. With this, the damage would be zero as it will create a pocket space, but it is only for Leon because of its compatibility with her rune. A duel between Ripple and English would be a great way to see how effective it is, so Leon uses it. It's a bit difficult at first, but she manages to create it. The match against Ripple and English begins with all her strength. English comes at Ripple, but all her attacks are being dodged. Ripple steps back and takes out a gun because she is not a close-range fighter. As Ripple shoots her, English deflects it with her ice sword, but accidentally one of the shots went toward Rafina. Fortunately, with the principal's barrier, they are safe. Ripple takes out another gun and starts shooting. English is barely able to dodge it. She deflects the bullets at Ripple. The moment Ripple is out of balance, English charges at her and sent her flying. As Ripple was about to hit the principal, she is stopped by the barrier. However, the barrier is absorbed by her. Finding it strange, Theodore tells Ripple to try to absorb someone else's artifact. However, when she tries to absorb Lizelota's artifact, she is not able to. Theodore then tells the principal to do the same, and surprisingly this time, the mana is absorbed. Theodore concludes that Ripple is designed to absorb only the power of a special rune, and when a certain amount of mana is absorbed, the magicite beasts respawn. Soon after, Ripple collapses and goes unconscious. She gets surrounded by the magic field Leon is not able to hold any longer, and as a result the pocket space vanishes. Just then a massive magicite beast is spawned. Half of the building is destroyed, but still English is excited to fight it as the magicite beast is going to blast heat rays. English covers herself in ether and kicks it into the sky. As it was about to land, everyone is freaking out to see you below and try to warn her, but with ease Yua chops the beasts in half and continues walking as if nothing happened. Everyone is amazed to see how impressive she is. Ripple wakes up, she apologizes and thanks everyone. Soon Iris and Raphael come with urgent news. Benefic, their neighboring country, has breached borders and Prince Wayne is ordered to bring back Theodore to the castle for his safety. 2 weeks later, on their way, the principal tells them to come to a room. There she gives Rafina an upgraded artifact with a second gift that Theodore created alongside her shiny arrows. The second gift has the ability of healing. Rafina is very happy. Suddenly a huge explosion happens. When everyone reaches the location, the Ripple is unconscious. The third year tells a massive magicite beast was spawned, but they took care of it. However, in the process, Silva was gravely injured after he tried to protect Rati and Pram from the beast's attack. Rafina uses her newly upgraded artifact to heal Silva. Seeing Rafina is having a hard time maintaining it, English helps her by transferring some of her mana to her. The next day, after Silva fully recovered, he thanks both English and Rafana. The principal received a notice from the royal guard that they want Ripple back so they can replace her with a new Hyrule menace. Both English and Rafana are angry and are against the idea the principal assures them that will go against the royal guard to keep Ripple in this academy at night while Leon and Lizelota are on the way. Suddenly a magicite beast attacks them, but fortunately they are saved by a lightning beast. Leon recognizes the lightning beast is the same as his brother. They follow him and are led to an underground room. They are shocked to see the members of Steel Blood Front present there. Consider liking and subscribing this channel. If you enjoyed the recap, have a wonderful day ahead.